Hi everybody, welcome to Maketh University. This is going to be one of the longest bus rides around about how we go from here and here to there. Okay, so these are my swatch samples. I'm gonna put those back in my pocket. And welcome to the boardroom, the studio space that isn't. Oh, before I go into what we're really writing about is thank you so much to all of the new subscribers. Oh, I appreciate you so much, especially since the channel is going through a growing pain. Do you remember those as a kid? Yeah, me either, because I still haven't really reached full height. So let's grab a sippy, like Bunny says. Clink. Actually, not really, because Chick-fil-A sold me a bad batch. I don't know if their lemons were off. Something happened, like it's not full-on delicious. But let's get going, because we have talked in like the eons ago videos about how I started in storytelling, started in film production, and then life went. Do you ever see that diagram? And let me draw it for you. Wait right there. So here we go. This is a really good meme, if you ever see it, that you plan your life to go like here. Like you're starting here and you're like, oh, my life is gonna go like this and then I'm going to win. But that's not what, can you see that? That's not what really happens. This is you, and then life goes like that. Have you seen that meme? Okay, so my point, I don't have a handy dandy table. The little desk is right over here, so you're gonna see me just throw. This is a sideways topic. Maybe we'll come back to, let me put it in my pocket. And then I have some boxes right here with my Sippy on it. Why we're making this video was to introduce you to these by way of that and that. And the point was that, so in another life, I started in production, life went like this, and I've done makeup for a century. And then now, as we're back at production, excuse me, and so those bad lemons have given me a golem. So here's how we're gonna meld makeup and production. And that is, I know so many of the beauty bloggers, YouTubers, blah, blah, bloggers, all want like their own branded line. Bing! Remind me to tell you about, somebody reached out, and I don't know if it's a scam. There's so many scams going on in the quarantine life, but it was a turnkey website of how anybody could create skincare, hair care, eyeshadow palettes, lip gloss, makeup lines. And I want to say it was called Pietra, P-I-E-T-R-A. Don't quote me on that. I saw it as I was going through my emails, and I didn't really pursue it and look at it. There's a lab here locally that I was working with to get to this point. And yeah, I know we could bunny trail on how Jeffree Star and Kylie Cosmetics have California local labs, but that's not even what we're talking about here today. I gotta keep it focused. I'm hungry. Oh, and I put a new flavor of wine that I was gifted in the refrigerator. I don't normally drink that, but it was a gift from my cub, so I totally want to try the sparkling sweet red wine he sent me. And it's chillin', and it's kind of, point being, in your quarantine life, I highly, 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 highly encourage you. Be building whatever it is you think you want to do or move on to in the new normal. Because I'm telling you, I don't think it will restart, go back, begin again, anything like it was. We're not going to go political on this. But I love when Sandy Kurkowski says this, because I was like, great minds are thinking alike. I'm thinking the same thing, that, excuse me, boy, let me have a sippy. It's a bad batch, Chick-fil-A. Thanks a lot. Point being, I think you need to find a way to redo what you're doing and do it in a new way. And you might be saying, I don't even know what that looks like. That's okay, because neither do I. But I know I want to grow through it. Does that make sense? Like, think of it like swimming. I think I'm the queen of analogies. I think what we're in now is like swimming, and we all start out with the dog paddle, right? Or just kick it, just flutter kick your feet. Like, just learn how to be in the water. I think that's where we're at. We're just learning, fluttering our feet, maybe holding on to the kickboard. We're just learning how to be in the water, which is the way we're going. We're going from our quarantine life, and we're learning how to be in the water. And we're gonna graduate and grow into a new stroke. Boy, Michael Phelps, where are you when I need you? Because after you learn how to be in the water, keep your head above water, not drowned, you then begin to learn the strokes. I love swimming, you guys, I do. And you learn your front stroke, your back stroke, your butterfly, you know, the Michael Phelps, holy smokes. You learn all these strokes, but when you start off in the water, you don't know how to do those strokes yet. But if you choose to, you can learn how to do the stroke, how to be in the water, how to dive, how to hold your breath longer, how to be more efficient. And so I'm thinking, it's May birthday month, you guys. I'm thinking the greatest gift I can give to myself, because you know who doesn't love gifts, is to learn a new stroke of how to swim and navigate these new waters. Because we have not been in this kind of water before. And by the way, ocean water swimming is different than river water. Swimming is different than lake. Swimming is different than the pool. Swimming is different than a chlorinated pool versus a salinated, like the home saltwater pool. Oh, is that a dream to have? Oh my gosh. That, or I dream of having the swimming treadmill, you know, where it's like a rectangle bucket that has a water flow in it and you swim in the flow. I'm telling a long story to make my point, and that is, you guys, I'm encouraging you, and you can watch me fumble my way through it. I am learning this as I go. Because guess what? My opinion, this is totally, bing, my opinion is that all of the way we did production, did distribution, did you name it, for creating film, television, streaming services, content in general, I'm telling you, it's going to be different when we come out of this. So I am prepared. And it's funny, I saw a mean comment on Facebook on like a film industry board. And they were like, hey, this can't be true because they had a typo in it. I'm like, if whoever posted that feels like I feel like everything that was buttoned up and packaged and ready to just launch is now having to be unpackaged and repackaged and ready to be relaunched. And so I haven't posted for anything yet because we're still repackaging. But my point is that part of the production process is that I've already lined out the merchandise, and not that I love the Jeffree Star and Shane collabs and all that drama that happened with Too Faced and Nicki. You know, I love their palettes that they make. I never got a chance to buy any of Candy Johnson's Too Faced collection. I wanted that banana powder so bad. Oh, but I didn't get it. Long story short, I'm not looking to do Makeup University palettes or lippies, anything. You guys, I would never go into foundation. Holy smokes. By the way, I need a new foundation. I've been using Pure Minerals 4-in-1, and I do like it. And maybe it's just old, but it's starting to, it's not wearing well on me. And it could be dry skin. It could be so many things. Let me know in the comments if you have a great foundation recommendation, and I want something $50 and under. Bing! Long story short. So now if we can just switch our hats, because we talked about the makeup, these are my swatches for the characters in the production. So think of Lorac made some, I love their products. Carol, I love the consistency, blendability, pigment load of Lorac palettes. And there are so many amazing palettes that she made, Lorac and Carol made for Pirates of the Caribbean, and it came like the compass. Did you guys get that? I got it, and I loved it. And Beauty and the Beast, they did one of those too. So when I was writing, and all of my scripts have the makeup tied into it, because I have to find a way to marry my love for makeup and my love for production, for storytelling. We're getting ready to bring it home, guys. So what you're seeing is the board, and this actually is new for me. So I'm just sharing this so that you can see that an old dog can learn new tricks, and that there could be, as we're shifting, I would write it, get the story out, and then begin to storyboard, and then begin to go back in, and if something needed fixing in the script. This is how I'm going to show you let me show you the book so you can get it on the Amazon. Have you guys, look, I was reading something. Have you guys read Save the Cat by Blake Snyder? Okay, go ahead. If you do any kind of content creation, I recommend this book. I don't know Mr. Snyder, and I love how, and this is really maybe more of your screenwriters and your script writers. They might have been doing this for a century. I'm not sure. The point is that when I had to get a script ready right now, we had to totally pivot everything. Instead of having a Western, reality, a family adventure, a sci-fi ready to sell, we had to prepare something like that for an engaging market that is product driven, for merchandise that would help bring in the bottom line. Because you guys, if you don't know, it's very expensive. I guess that's the best way to say it. It's quite costly to create content, to make a film, to make a TV show. And a lot of those jobs are weeks at a time. So when you're seeing that price, you're like, wow, year round. Some people might do it year round, but there was a time where a producer and a director or a writer, if you did one feature a year, you're good. You could live. But it's not like that anymore because the entire landscape has changed. I just saw the timer. Oh my gosh, this went sideways. Here's my point, how I wrap these two together. I really enjoyed this book. I recommend it to you, especially if you think you're going to do any kind of content creation as a career post-pandemic. Does that make sense? And why the board is because it does the arcs for you with a minor arc attached. And I'm here to tell you, I write a lot. I normally write fairly quickly. Doing it in this method to make the board, it's all lined out in here, the board, that it made me write more targeted, more specifically, less rewrites, and I found the holes in the story faster, like that. So I'm kind of a fan. It's the first time I'm doing it like this. I learned it in this book, and I'm here to tell you, if I can learn something new, so can you. And then this is how I always block down, and your Final Draft softwares, your Movie Magic softwares, if you're on a budget, your Celtech software, they all have software options in there to do your budget, to do your one lines, to do your storyboards, which I still would prefer to have an artist do it. And if I have to do it, which a lot of times I have, I just make stick figures in the box so that I can see where the camera goes and where the lights go. Oh, this got long. I just had so much more to share. Maybe I'll do a second video. The point is, I just really wanted to encourage you that in this moment, and I'm telling you guys, please use your downtime wisely. And I'm hearing two different camps. One camp is like, no, you need to pull aside like a yogi in a cave and just seek the Lord and wait on the promise. Because even King David, remember, he pulled aside to a cave because that whole business with Saul. And then there's another camp that says you need to be sharpening that blade while you're waiting in that cave, while you're waiting in that quarantine. You be preparing for what's coming. And I think I lean towards that. And it's not like preparing like, you know, you really need to be sharpening your blade. But that's what, because, you know, back in the Bible days, they fought. Anyhow, I don't think either side is right or wrong. I think you have to choose what fits your life best. Because for me, I want to come out of quarantine life pop, like a champagne cork, like let's go, let's work. I've got all my ducks in the pond and I'm getting my ducks in a row, and part of that is planning out the merchandise, and that means having a color story per character. By the way, they're gorgeous on. I am wearing this one right here, and you're like, well, what color? What's it called? It's the name of the character in the script. See? So this color goes to that character, this goes to that, this goes. Long story short, I guess I could sum up this entire video and make the whole thing shorter, is to just get to the point that I highly encourage you that you have a plan and be prepared and know post-pandemic what you're going to do. And I am working towards family-friendly content that is interactive, and I have my merch lined out and ready for it to support the viewer. So I'm not able to do a VR production at this time, and the VR project I was working on totally got shelved. Like, I had to cry myself a river. All that just totally got shelved. But my point is, as I see this became insanely long, if you're still watching, you're a saint. Thank you so much. Gotta go drink wine and eat pizza. This whole point is to tell you, you can learn something new, that you really need to focus on growing through this season, and think of all the swimming analogy we talked about. And if you don't know how to swim, well then, Bootsy, please, it is time to start practicing those paddles. Even if you just watch Michael Phelps on the TV, do a little mimic stroke. Okay, I hope this encouraged you. I really meant this to be encouraging, but I feel like I probably put too many things in one video, and then by doing too many topics in one video, I don't know that we really got any one completely covered. Wow. All right, so you let me know what nuggets you got out of this and put it in the comments, and if we need to double back and cover a topic in more depth, let me know in the comments, and then I'll do that. That's better. And then I guess the point is, don't make videos when you're hungry because you can't focus. But you need to be focusing. Okay, I'm gonna go. 18 minutes. Ooh, holy smokes, you would think I was teaching surgery. Hey everybody, I'm Sherilyn. This is the most sideways makeup university video ever, but it is meant to encourage you. Remember, you look really gorgeous today.